Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's time for something brand new to my channel, an audiobook review. Welcome once again to my channel, guys. It's going to be on Goblin Slayer, the first light novel volume in audiobook setting. First of all, I've read the Goblin Slayer light novel, at least a little bit of it, so I knew what it was like jumping into Goblin Slayer light novel. I remember reviewing it like 4 years ago, maybe right before the big wave of Goblin Slayers started. I picked it up after watching the first episode, and yeah, it was something that I really enjoyed. The first volume is very solid. I don't think I ever finished it, to be honest, or if I did, I completely forgot everything about it. But it is a really good series. I am reacting to it, and this audiobook is brought to you by yenpress. Yes, another thing added under their belt is now audiobooks. They have a small collection of audiobooks, but it's growing. I know they started back in the summer, I believe. So up to now they have more, and they're definitely a company that is head leading the other companies with audiobooks, and doing a really good job with a lot of these light novels being transformed into audiobooks, a form that I myself have always been wanting to see more of when it comes to light novels. This in total, well, it just says how much time I have left, which is a minute left, but in total I believe this one was around 8 hours, I believe. So if I start here in the beginning, I'm gonna go right in the beginning. No, 7 hours. So 6 hours and 58 minutes. So technically 7 hours. It's how long it took to read Goblin Slayer or to listen to it. I do listen to it through Google Play, which is where they sell them mainly through, and there is a setting where you can listen to them a little bit faster. I like to put it at 1.6 speed because it's at a speed that I can understand while still doing other stuff. So if it was faster, I could listen to it, but I would have to fully focus on the light novel. Before I continue, guys, if you haven't done so by now, subscribe to my channel, give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. My throat is finally feeling better, but yesterday was pretty bad. I was only able to record, I think, like 2 videos, and then I had to stop because my voice was going away, and it returned a little bit more today, but I still gotta be careful with it. Okay, Goblin Slayer. I didn't even say this few. Comment, like, and share, and subscribe. That's the gist of it. Goblin Slayer, Volume 1. I believe, and don't quote me on this, but I believe give me 1 second. Sorry guys, I did pause it, so you guys probably didn't see a change here in the video, but I had to confirm it. The first volume is essentially the entire first season of Goblin Slayer, so not really seen like that before. Usually they take like 3 volumes or even just 2 volumes at the very least, but the entire first volume of Goblin Slayer is essentially the entire first season, which is insane because I believe Goblin Slayer has multiple volumes out. Now, I will say from seeing the episodes titles, it seems like they grabbed some adventures from later on, maybe in the series, and put them in the middle. But yeah, essentially it's the same amount of story that we're gonna get here. It starts with Goblin Slayer himself, and then we get the story of the priestess, who we kind of just get their names like that pretty much the entire light novel. They just say priestess and cowgirl and high elf archer and sword maiden, you know. So that's kind of like what we get as names, but the priestess name I believe is Ona Shika or something like that. But anyways, the book itself just uses like their titles, and that's Lizard Man, like that's how they go with. So, which is fine. So it starts with her and her noob group going into basically death. This is like a big shocker scene for a lot of people. I don't want to go into detail, but the light novel does a really good job in detailing what happens to each character. I will say, from all the rest of the scenes, this one is one that I think the shock factor is more seen in the anime, less in the light novel. I think a lot of people, just the fact of how it was animated and the fact that we saw like actual fear in someone's eyes, like I feel like they really stepped it up on that first episode. So personally, I believe the anime was better there, but still, the light novel was really good. So it starts there, and it goes into them meeting the High Elf Archer and the Lizard Priest with the dwarf guy, and them going into an adventure, essentially helping them get rid of goblins as well. And through the mix, we get the story of the cowgirl, which she seems to show up more in the light novel. It seems like a lot of like side interludes, or at the end of chapters, she just seems to be there more, guiding and counseling the Goblin Slayer. So yeah, it seems like she's like a more solid character than what we see in the actual anime. And then the Guild Girl, I mean, it was obvious in the anime, but it's a lot more obvious in the light novel that she is head over heels for Goblin Slayer, and she's definitely not being paid attention to, but she definitely wants a date with him. So they do fight a golem, which I don't remember them fighting a golem in the anime, but they do fight a golem eventually in the light novel. And then it ends with Goblin Slayer essentially trying to recruit as many people to protect the farm of the cowgirl and her uncle, and that's where we see a lot of like side characters kind of just pop up again that were part of the beginning or the middle. They just kind of pop up again, and they be part of the big battle at the end, which there's like this big battle of the Goblin Slayer against a champion goblin, which is one who is smarter and stronger, not just both, where I think like a paladin goblin is smart, he's tactical, but he's not strong. And then they have another one, which I forgot what the name for that goblin is, but that specific goblin is stronger, but he's not smarter. He needs someone to lead him, right? This champion is both, so that makes him harder to kill. And he even speaks a little bit of the native language that they speak, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to kill because it almost feels inhumane to do so. But yeah, it's a pretty good epic ending, and I really enjoyed it. The voice actor, or the voice reader of the light novel, did a really good job with the voices. One thing that I really like and enjoyed of having audiobooks is that most of the time, there has been times, and I might maybe hit one of these eventually, but most of the time, the people that are chosen, especially for light novels like this one, like this is a pretty popular series. You need to pick someone who's going to do a good job. The people that are usually picked do a really good job in doing the voices for the characters, because there's a lot of dialogue, and you can get lost in the dialogue if the voice actor is not doing their job correctly in changing the tone to each character. She did an amazing job. Personally, I really enjoyed it. It shows that when choosing the person, they actually focused and got someone that was going to do a good job about it. I'm currently listening now to Is It Wrong to Pick Up to try to pick up girls in a dungeon. Here it is. That's the next one that I'm listening to. I've listened to like an hour and a half already. It's also about 7 hours long. Pretty good series as well. Don't think I've ever read the light novel for this one. I've read the manga or some of the manga and seen the anime, but same thing. They're doing a good job with it, and I think yenpress it did a good job in not going the route of let's just take out a bunch of audiobooks at the same time to see which one hits. They focused on popular series. They released them with good voice actors, and I'm really enjoying them. The next one that I'm listening to, I actually read some of this and reviewed it already here in my channel, but I'm actually gonna not finish reading it because now I have it as an audiobook, is Yamihara. So Yamihara is a collection of horror stories by Mitsuki Sujimura. So I'm excited to listen to it and see what it all entails of it, but it seems like it's something that I'm going to enjoy as well. So let me know what you guys think on these audiobooks. I'm going to do obviously 2 more reviews for now, maybe more in the future if yenpress decides to send me more. These are a lot easier for me to review now because I just pop in my headphone, and while I'm grading papers or while I'm doing something at work where it's just me, I can listen to this and I get through it a lot faster. So go check it out. It is on Google Play Store, and go buy them. I'm sure they have them also probably in the Apple Store as well. So go check them out. Thank you so much for watching this, and guys, like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.